We welcome you back to the Georgia Dome as we begin quarter number 4. 1 versus 2, 20 versus 17. It's Alabama leading Florida. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Tracy Wolfson on the first Saturday in December 2008. First down and 10. Tebow and the Gators at their own 38-yard line. Hand off to Demps. He tries to sweep right, and a nice pickup for the Florida Gators on first down and 10. But the one thing that Nick Saban and Alabama accomplished in that third quarter, ball control.
Oh, man. Alabama ran 38 offensive plays in the first half. They ran 24 offensive plays in the third quarter. And now Nick has this game where he kind of wants it. He didn't want this 30-point game. Remember, Florida has scored 30 points on every SEC team this year. He's got this game where he wants it right now.
Second down and 2 at the 46. Emmanuel Moody struggles for the first down, and he might have enough.
Everybody asked me all week doing the interviews, who do you like? Who do you like? Who do you like? And I said, you know, both teams can win this game. Now we're in the fourth quarter of this game. Both teams can win this game. You know, I mean, this is just two good football teams. Both coaches have been saying that all week.
Now, one of the times when 1 versus 2 has lived up to the billing. There have been others, of course. We talked about Texas, Arkansas. How about Michigan, Ohio State a couple of years ago? Memorable games between Oklahoma and Nebraska. Well, here we are for the SEC championship in this de facto semifinal in the BCS, and it's 20-17. Tebow, handoff, left side. This is Emmanuel Moody again, the young man from North Texas who began his collegiate career as a tailback at Southern California. Decided to transfer when he found himself way down the depth chart. Sat out last year and had one big game this season. But it's been Demps and Rainey more than it has Moody and Harvin at that tailback spot.
Everybody said, what does Mount Cody do in this game? Demps and Rainey have not been able to make the dive play work right up the middle. That's been gutting everybody.
Marquise Pouncey over the ball. His brother to his right. Here's Brandon James. They give it off, and they try that little cutback again. Nope. Brandon Fanny, nothing there. It'll be third down.
Well, for all of Tebow's accomplishments, and we know what they are, look at this one. Might surprise you if you've been following Tim Tebow. Now, he hasn't been a lot behind in his career, but he's never won from behind. 0-5.
Has a chance to change that. Third down and 3.
That's like a Tiger Woods stat, isn't it?
It is.
Ever won a major trailing or something?
Yes. Chris Rainey is on the field. So is Jeff Demps. He's behind Tebow. They pitch it to Demps. Dante Hightower is there, the true freshman. There's a flag. We might have a face mask.
Yep. Hightower, big, rangy linebacker for Alabama, but the speed of Demps. Remember when Rashad Johnson early misjudged the speed on Brandon James and got the horse collar? I think there was a little bit of misjudgment here. He reached out and grabbed the face mask.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Second penalty of the game, and both of them were very similar. Rashad Johnson and Dante Hightower.
This is a seldom penalized Alabama team. The contrast couldn't be greater between the two. Alabama came in with only 48 penalties on the season, almost double that for Florida. But this one gives the Gators a first down inside the 30. And it's Keyston Moore at tailback. Tebow has it, pulls back, settles for the safety valve, who is David Nelson. He gets by Dante Hightower and Rashad Johnson, and he gives the Gators a first down at the 15.
Well, that was pretty wonderful by Florida here in Tim Tebow. Watch how he takes his time, looks deep, doesn't have it, and then drops it off real late to Nelson coming across the formation. A very positive play. Alabama had the first option covered. Second option covered. Tebow went to number 3.
David Nelson has a touchdown catch in this ball game. Demps and Moody are both on the field.
It's almost all 3 back. Tight end and 2
Tebow.
Wildcat.
Tebow is to the left. Up the middle. Demps.
Now that would be Harvin.
Yeah.
Harvin would be the running back. Now it's Demps. Here's Tebow down here, and they're just going to run a little bit of change up against this Alabama defense.
2nd and 5.
I mean, Demps can't go 170, 175,
no.
Running right up the gut.
Harvin unable to play because of a badly sprained ankle. Now Tebow has Hernandez by his side. This was run all the way, and Alabama knew it.
Yep.
Had to set up another 3rd down. Bobby Greenwood, number 93, with the tackle. Bobby Greenwood's dad is a big Florida fan. The family moved from Florida, Prattville, Alabama, when he was in the 9th grade. So he said, this one is for my dad and me, his father, Bill. I think his dad's probably not rooting for Florida.
No,
just a guess.
Pretty much assured of that.
3rd and 5. 2017, under 11 to go. Nelson and Cooper go wide to the right side. Lewis Murphy is wide left. Demps is behind Tebow. Blitz threatened, blitz coming. Option inside. Hernandez, the tight end. 1st and goal, Florida.
So many ways to attack you. This is the shovel pass inside. Hernandez gutted Florida State with this play. And they come the same way now against Alabama. Hernandez so valuable. You know, Urban Meyer has quoted us as saying Hernandez is going to be an outstanding NFL tight end.
1st down goal. Now it's Keyston Moore and Jeff Demps are the running backs. Tebow struggles, leans, and caught short of the goal line.
Man, oh man. That's our best short yardage running back in college football. Look at him take it on, spin off, go through a linebacker to defensive end, and ball just a little bit short and then carried over.
One of the more inexplicable plays of this season for the Gators is that in that Ole Miss game, Tebow, with his team trailing by 1, faced a 4th and 1, and he was caught short.
Right.
And that led to the very emotional speech that I think we've all seen and heard. Estepinen is back on the field, and it's Demps behind Tebow on 2nd down. The pitch. Demps strolls in. Touchdown, Florida. They reclaim the lead.
Well, I guess we know Tim Tebow is not the reason they're 0 for 5 when he's the quarterback, when he's behind, because he executed that drive perfectly.
Jonathan Phillips for the extra point. Percy Harvin, all he can do today is hope he gets one more chance to play for the national championship. They're assured of a New Year's Day game or thereabouts, a BCS game. Here's the extra point. It's up and good.
Well, if you're Alabama, you gotta say it's going to be a short yardage Tebow right up the gut. So what does Dan Mullen do, offensive coordinator? He gives him a little option. Tate Casey, beautiful block to the outside on Rashad Johnson, and a walk-in for Demps.
2nd touchdown of the season, 1st of this game. Jeff Demps, Cornelius Ingram, applaud from the sidelines.
And now it's time for our Geico scoring recap.
Alabama on the board first. Carl Moore, a 3-yard touchdown reception from Tebow with 7-7. Glenn Coffey answered on the subsequent drive for the Crimson Tide with a nice touchdown run, 7-all after the 18-yarder. Lee Tippin put Alabama on top 10-7. At the other end, Jonathan Phillips tied it up with this 19-yard field goal, 10-10 the score. And then in the second quarter, Tebow to David Nelson. At the half, it was 17-10. Mark Ingram got a 2-yard touchdown run to tie it up yet again. And then Tippin's 27-yard field goal put the Crimson Tide on top The fourth lead change in the ball game occurred just a moment ago. The option to the left side, and Jeff Demps strolled in. Little hurdle involved. That's perfect for a track star. And it's 24-20 with 9:21 to go.
Well, Florida gave Alabama a little taste of their own medicine. 11 plays, 10 of them runs.
And the kick. Arenas at the goal line. Pretty good return, huh?
Yeah.
Joe Hayden made the tackle. And after the touchdown, this Florida team that has lost only once this year, Tim Tebow, Brandon Spikes. What did Bobby Bowden say? He's the best leader I've seen in college football.
You know, I heard Archie Manning say it too. The best football player I've seen play quarterback.
First down and 10. John Parker Wilson with a pump fake. Goes deep right side for Julio Jones. Double coverage. Oh, that was close. Incomplete. Uh-oh. Jones down. Notice how quiet it got.
Yeah. Try to hitch and go on first down. You can see Major Wright, number 21, come in there late. He still favors Julio Jones' side on every play.
Second and 10. Test the middle. Gain of 3. Glenn Coffey. Lawrence Marsh, number 90, defending. And for Coffey, that's 21 carries for 112 yards.
Now remember, last time in this situation, 3rd and long, Florida blitzed. Alabama picked it up, and then Alabama completed the pass. What will Charlie Strong do this time?
You see Julio Jones out for one play, back on the field. Nikita Stover wide to the left. Coffey, the running back, on 3rd and 8. 3 down for Florida. They bring 4. John Parker Wilson nailed Jermaine Cunningham with his 6th sack of the year.
Well, it was a tackle, defensive end stunt this time that got the Alabama tackle and guard confused. Watch, comes in and then comes around. In and comes around. Both players go for one over here, and Cunningham makes the sack. Beautifully designed pass rush by Dan McCarney, the defensive line coach for Florida.
Cunningham is a junior out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. First sack for the Gators today, P.J. Fitzgerald. Brian Selman will snap it back. And Brandon James awaits it near the 20. Short kick. James from behind. Oh, sandwiched. Ouch. That was Selman, number 50, the man who snapped it back, who was up high on the tackle. "37-yard punt, 4 painful yards on the return. Gators lead it by 4. CBS Sports coverage of the SEC Championship game presented by Dr. Pepper is sponsored by Chick-fil-A, The Home Depot, Geico, and by Dr. Pepper. Nearby this beautiful square, the Georgia Dome, and flying high above tonight, MetLife providing the area views during tonight's game. 24-20. We have had 4 lead changes. It's 1 versus 2. We have 7:27 to go. A berth in the BCS championship game on the line. An undefeated season as well. Here's Demps out to the 40-yard line. The current BCS standings have Alabama number 1, Oklahoma 2, Texas currently 3, and Florida 4th. Southern Cal leading UCLA out west is 5th. There's Utah, Texas Tech, Penn State. Controversy is sure to come.
Well, the Alabama defense can't play soft now. They have to attack. If Florida puts a 5-minute drive on and scores, the game's over.
Tebow has rushed only twice in this half. They didn't have the ball much in the third quarter, but he's -2. Keeps it this time. There's the pitch again. Lewis Murphy on the end around, and he's close for a first down. Looks like he'll be a couple of feet short.
I know, in that huddle, before Florida came out on the field, Urban Meyer looked at the clock and said, guys, give me one 5-minute drive. If we score, we're going to play for the national championship. Alabama and Nick must get aggressive here. They can't sit back anymore.
They'll do so on this play without Lewis Murphy. He is limped off and is on the Florida bench. Keyston Moore is a running back.
Tebow power here.
3rd and 1. You'd think. There he goes. That looks as if he's got enough.
Yeah, and it was a perfect 3 plays for Florida. 3 plays, first down. Minute and a half, almost 2 minutes off the clock.
First down 10, Gators.
It's going to force Alabama to bring people and try to change this real quick now. They're going to have to gamble outside and go one-on-one and attack the line of scrimmage.
Lewis Murphy is back on the field. First down 10. The clock runs with 5:40 to go. Moody is the running back.
Here they come.
Yep, from the corner. Tebow goes right side. He's got a man. Lewis Murphy, huge play.
See, Florida's one step ahead of them. They knew, we knew that they're going to get a blitz. One-on-one to the outside. You knew Alabama was going to have to do it. Here's the safety coming in. Tebow sees it, and you know you got one-on-one to the outside. Beautiful throw, ball to the outside shoulder. It's strategy. It's strategy in these games.
Nick Saban feared the big play. He said we need to contain them. They've had 4 plays in excess of 20 yards now. That one was for 33. First down and 10. Tebow drills it high in the catch. Aaron Hernandez. Boy, there was some pop on that ball.
Now think about this. That was Bronco Nagurski throwing a fade, and now here's Bronco Nagurski running a play-action pass and gunning it on a 4 seams. It may not be pretty, but there's a lot of athletes on this Florida team.
Bronco Nagurski in both the College Football Hall of Fame and the NFL Hall of Fame. Played for Minnesota as a defensive tackle and fullback, 1927 to 29. Here's Tebow, 12 of 20 now. And it's a 1st and goal, Gators, with 4:35 to go. Tebow. 1 yard line.
I don't take the ball out of Tebow's hands because I know he won't fumble. Although did he get stung here, or he's going to go for a play?
Little casual chat with Urban Meyer.
Troutwine comes around and gets the key block here, and Tebow gets it down to the end. Now, bleed the clock. I'm sure that's what Urban said. Make sure we get all 40 seconds out of that clock.
Estepinen is in the backfield, and they've got to reset the clock. There's a problem with the clock. The play clock had started. Now it's been reset. It was already down to 5. Now there's
there's a flag on the field. Too many men on the huddle, maybe? Oh, the sideline, and they don't get a warning anymore.
Dead ball. Sideline interference against Florida. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Well, the rule's the rules. I don't like it, but the rule's the rule. Ask Jake Locker from Washington about this rule. I know he did the celebration one. The Florida coaches did enter the field. Remember, they were down on the 1-inch line. What a call. Watch the Florida coaches. That's the proper call. Might not like it. Urban's all the way out there. He can't yell at anybody.
No, he can't. And so instead of 1 yard away, make it just inside 6.
Play clock is going down.
Third and goal.
Look how different that call was. Now remember, just a year ago, that would have been a warning. This year, it's an automatic 5-yard penalty. This could be all the difference in the world here. A field goal versus a touchdown.
Clock still evaporating, 3:15 remaining.
I don't see what's wrong with a warning personally, but that's the rule.
Yep. And that was the head coach. Red zone offense today. Third and goal. Emmanuel Moody is split wide left. Blitz. Tebow back. Tebow throws it. It's caught. Touchdown. Riley Cooper. Roommate to roommate.
Well, this guy's unbelievable. Come on now. You can't do this stuff. He put that ball the only place he could do it. He's taken on SEC linebackers and defensive ends and tackles all year, and he still makes those throws here down the stretch.
Under 3 to go. Percy Harvin gives his leader and quarterback a hug. Jonathan Phillips, extra point. Good.
I mean, there's nobody really open. And Vern, I don't know. I don't like to vote on the Heisman. I don't vote anymore. I don't want to get involved there. But if you're going to vote, you got to at least pause and think, should I vote for this guy, what he's done this year?
What I like about him, Gary, among the other things, we chatted with him a month ago, a lot of conversation. He said, I have a vote as the winner from a year ago. I am going to make an educated vote.
Right.
And he said, I appreciate what Harrell's done, what Bradford's done, what McCoy's done.
Named them all.
And then he looked at us with a huge grin. And he said, I really would like to throw against some of those defenses in the Big 12 South. Remember, he promised after the loss to Ole Miss, no one will try harder. Bobby Bowden said he's a great leader. Look at this, Gary.
It's unbelievable.
That's the kickoff team.
I'll ask it this way. If you had first draft pick and you were starting a franchise in college football, who would you take?
In college football, I'd take him. I think he's one of the great players in the history of the game.
So do I.
I really, really do.
And everybody in this league has been out to kill him this year.
Yes.
I haven't done it. And that's nothing against Bradford and Colt McCoy. Those guys are outstanding football players and will be good pros, too.
31-20. Here's the kick. Arenas from 3 yards into the end zone. Taken down at the 16.
How could you not go down fast after Tebow called you out?
And Dustin Doe was the first one there. Caleb Sturgis also a part of it. 2:45 to go. An undefeated #1 ranked Alabama team. But they need 11 to tie, 12 to take the lead. And Mark Ingram will be the quarterback.
No, John Parker. He's the running back. Mark Ingram's right next to him. There you go.
Got it. Beg your pardon.
Yep.
Flag down. John Parker Wilson sacked for the second time.
Yeah, I think Spikes was in the neutral zone, though, and this one will be a 5-yard penalty against Florida. I think it was Spikes, 51. Yeah, it was Spikes, I'm pretty sure. He's been lining up at that far defensive end spot all game.
Tom Ritter.
Offside. 51 defense, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
Just kind of leaning forward, top of the screen. See him going against Andre Smith, using the speed rush. Andre does a great job against them. Going to be all no huddle for Alabama from now on.
John Parker Wilson finds Brad Smelly, third-string tight end.
Well, remember I said that Florida's Ali, and in the last fight, the thriller in Manila, remember? Frazier dominated those middle rounds. but Ali came on late. Fourth quarter, Florida, Ali has come on late.
Clock is stopped. And the previous play under review. You're watching Riley Cooper and Tim Tebow, and they'll take a look at this. Well, we've talked about the. Well, let's take a look at the play. Oh, yeah, that may be called back.
Might have hit the ground.
Yeah.
Well, if Florida could win this game without Percy Harvin, this is going to be something, I'll tell you, because Alabama has not given them anything.
Right.
This has been a clean, well-played game. One more look here. Well, the ball hit the ground. The nose of the ball hit the ground. It seemed to me. And he was still moving his hands afterwards.
Jim Allison is our replay official tonight, so he's the man making the determination. Sure looked like it.
Well, if you're Alabama, you're thinking, give me a quick drive, or give me any kind of drive, and then onside kick. That's really the football game for Alabama. Even if you score with 30 seconds, 25 seconds to go, your only chance here is touchdown, onside kick.
Well, the conversation continues.
We must have better monitors than those guys.
I guess.
You know what they could be doing is trying to figure out where the ball was, so they have to go back and set it on the play because they had already moved the chain. So they're going for the previous spot right now. It's going to be 3rd and long.
After review, it has been determined that the pass was incomplete. Therefore, it'll be 2nd down and 5 at the 22-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 2:24. 2:24.
Right call.
Yeah, my mistake there. Remember, that came right after the Brandon Spikes offsides penalty. Then they had a play, and now they had this one.
In this quarter, remember what happened in the third?
Right.
24 plays for Alabama.
Well, you know me. I'm not a momentum guy.
I know you know.
Everything just happens the way it happens. Alabama had all the momentum, and all of a sudden Florida wins.
Play fake. John Parker Wilson. Sidearm. Darius Hanks. Joe Hayden misses the tackle. Hanks with a 1st down out to the 32-yard line. Will Hill. Nick Saban was chatting with us on a conference call on Wednesday and said, you hope for the opportunity to play for something treasured like this,
right,
and then you hope that both teams play well. And you walk away, winner or loser,
right,
but with your head held up.
I think so, and I actually do think both teams play well. I really didn't mean Florida wins. I mean Florida wins most of this 4th quarter. Game's not over. I understand that.
1st down and 10. Mark Ingram is the running back. We are at the 2-minute level. Wilson hit as he lets it go. Intercepted. Joe Hayden has it. He's down the near sideline. He goes to his right. That should put the cork in the bottle. Gary began the day talking about Brandon Spikes. He was the guy with the pressure.
Yeah, Jermaine Cunningham came also. Now Alabama has 3 timeouts, so Florida can't just take a knee. But Cunningham comes one way. Now Parker Wilson has to try to do it. You see Cunningham on one side, Spikes on the other side. That's 2 big guys, and you know John Parker's trying to throw that ball away and just play another day and doesn't get enough on it. Can't blame him on that one.
And so the Florida Gators 139 away from the victory.
After the play, personal foul number 51, unnecessary roughness. That's a 15-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 10.
Spikes gets 1 block, but John Parker grabs his face mask, and all Spikes does is kind of hold him. Well, Whatever. Both side guys were just kind of frustration of a big game right there.
31-20, 1:39 to go. Celebration on the Florida Gator sideline. Barring something unforeseen, they're going to win this game, and barring some monumental mistake by the 6 computers used to assess the BCS finalists, they're going to go into the championship game. And they did so without their most all-around player, I think, Percy Harvin. Although it'd be kind of hard to argue about Tebow.
You know, and you said it, Vern, I think you kind of gave a little wiggle room for the computers where you said most likely the winner of this game's in. Do we have to follow this football if it goes the other way, if Florida doesn't make it? Do we have to really watch the championship game?
Boy, that's a move to.
I'm not watching that game if Florida's not in it.
Well, Tim Tebow, of course, large family. Bob and Pam, his mom and dad, missionaries. In the middle, in the blue, that's Christy Allen. And just to your left, her husband, Joey. They are missionaries in Bangladesh. They've watched most of the games on the Sling Box this year. But this time they made the trip back. They're here in person. Tim Tebow, what kind of day has he had? Well, take a look at him run, Gary.
He did it early with the power. Then he made these touchdown throws. Come on, let's be honest. He's the whole offense here today without Harvin. He feathered the ball. He fired the ball. He threw touchdown passes. What, 3 of them that he had in the football game? And then his 3 passes in that last drive. Now remember, we put the graphic up there. 0-5 when he's trailing in the second half. Yeah, I guess we can get rid of that one.
Think so. He'll hand it off. Little kind of play. Emmanuel Moody up the middle. And Urban Meyer celebrating on the sideline.
Oh, he wanted a touchdown there, didn't he? He wanted to get Moody a touchdown. That thing could have popped, and then he caught a Gatorade bath at the same time. Watch this.
Stuff is cold.
How about what Urban Meyer's done in his short coaching career? From Bowling Green to Utah, took him to a BCS undefeated team, won national championship in his 2nd year. Now in his 4th year, he's going to go to the national championship again.
1 minute to go. And the Florida Gators are going to give Alabama its first defeat of the season. And we assume advance. Texas making a case, of course. The Big 12 using the BCS standings as a tiebreaker to put Oklahoma in against Missouri tonight. And look at the computer rankings. That is, I just.
Yeah, well, we can't let that happen. I mean, Texas, I'll tell you, they got a great argument that they should be playing in that game. I understand that. I believe what happens on the field should count. But I believe now, and I think even Matt Brown would say, Texas's only shot should be, should Oklahoma lose the game.
18 seconds to go. One small irony in this game, of course, is that Tim Tebow came very, very close to signing with Alabama. He got a very good relationship with Mike Shula, but on the day of the signing, he announced his intention to become a Gator.